Hi everyone, today I got Shan with me to talk about OPR. Shan, there has been a lot of talk about Malaysia's overnight policies rate, or we call it as OPR. What is the OPR?
Hibi, OPR is the rate at which the central bank, it sets the policy where banks can lend and borrow from each other. What does it mean? It means, sometimes the banks, they are short of liquidity. So in order to borrow money, they follow this OPR rate in order to lend and borrow from each other. So it's basically, to cover the liquidity gap, the banks, they have to borrow.
Oh, I see. Okay, what does it mean for the vast majority of the population?
Okay, for a vast majority of population, it means the central bank has, is touched one of its mandate, the growth stability. So the central bank wants the growth momentum to continue. That's why they have reduced the OPR rate. What does it translate to for the businesses? It means that the cost of business will go down, and this heralds a good for the overall economy. Obviously, economy is looking for lower cost of borrowing. So this is a good omen and good sign for the economy, and it will continue to generate momentum in the long run. And Bank Negara Malaysia will continue to monitor the economy on quarterly basis.
I see. Okay, how will the person on street benefit from OPR?
Hibi, for any policy instrument to make an impact, it takes good 12 to 15 months. But what does it mean for man on the street? Obviously, when the cost of borrowing, it goes down, everything else, the cost will go down. So the man on the street, he will have more purchasing power, more room to have his consumption. Basically, what the Bank Negara wants, they want the consumption pattern to stay solid. If you see the GDP equation, consumption holds a significant portion in the overall equation. So in any economy, when people are consuming, you and I, we go to pavilion, we consume food, we buy clothes, we buy cars, we buy houses. So Bank Negara, what does it want? It wants that people should continue their consumption. And consumption has become very, very important for many economies. So why Asia Pacific or ASEAN they are still booming? Because people are consuming money. Young population, they want to consume, they want to invest, they want to save. That's how the economic momentum is generated.
I see. Okay, what is the outlook for the economy?
At the start of the year and even last year at IQI, we already shared that we are cautiously optimistic about the economic outlook for Malaysia. For 2020, we have said the GDP will maintain around 4.4 and 4.9, and this is very healthy, taking into account the regional economies. It is very significant. If you pick up the latest issue of Economist magazine, they're saying the economic outlook for Malaysia is 4.8. So our forecast and Economist forecast, we are more or less on the same page.
I see. Okay, how will property investor benefit from it?
Oh yes, definitely. When OPR rate, it goes down, obviously property investors, they have more leverage from this OPR rate, because the banks will obviously reduce their rates as well. So when the mortgage rate goes down, it benefits those investors, whether the existing clients or the new clients who want to buy properties. They can always go back to banks and they can buy properties with lower rate. With lower rate, your cost goes down. It benefits many investors. So I think it will help the construction industry and the real estate market in the long run.
I see. Okay. So you've been talking about the OPR for a while now. When did you make the first call and what factors helped you to decide?
We made this call last October because last year 47 central banks, they reduced the OPR rate. So we looked at the economy from a macro perspective, and we foresaw the global economy will continue to have lower interest rate regime. So we said Bank Negara will follow the same. And for 2020, we said the discount rate will be trading between 2.5 and 3. And as of today, when I speak, Bank Negara has already reduced 25 basis points. So now the OPR rate is 2.75. So IQI, as usual, always make the right call.
Thank you, Shan, for being here with me today and sharing a very valuable insight to us. I hope to have you again in next time.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.